Come on in, family. Let's go. Yes. Put in there one. Uh-huh. Put your nines up. You already know. The ancestors don't play about me. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's Friday. Let's go. Put your nines up. Smash that like button. Smash that heart button. Come on in. Come on in. No music. Hold on. Why y'all don't hear the music? Y'all need to start over again? Let's see if we can figure that out. Can y'all hear my mic? All right, let's go. How we sound? We lit?
Yo, bikini flow, Pinot Grigio, on a litty mo.
Got it.
Here we go. Say she need a poke. I got a big ego. Why you toying with me, Calico?
Everybody coming in?
Better finish your honeycomb.
Shannon said I'm singing Walk Up in my head right now.
Me and my brother though. Try to be modest, but I got it honestly. Nigga been putting in work. But you gotta acknowledge that woman beside you when she ain't put in the skirt.
Yes.
Demographic of the people thinking that it's heaven.
Grand Rising. You know, Frequency Fridays, we doing what we want to do.
Spitting knowledge in the greens. We're building minds in the dream. No wonder we building pies with a team. As the realest guys in the scene. You know what I mean?
The ancestors don't play about me. Everybody, let's go. I suggest you keep the energy from all around me. We dropping this on Friday. The ancestors don't play about me. No, they don't. I suggest you keep the energy from all around me. One Blood dropping next Friday. Electric slide across the galaxy.
Peanut butter, Wale, Pele, leather fit so magic.
Yes.
Chains, pyramid rings, we move accordingly. Most importantly, to my ancestors as they rest in peace.
Connect. That's what we about.
Like through these melodies, what can I say? So long way from catching felonies, just trying to get paid and get laid. That be my therapy. In the shade, pink lemonade cigar, that energy. Rest in pieces to every one of my foes and my.
We're giving everybody time to come on in the room. Make sure while y'all got this time, y'all smashing that like button, smash that heart button while you here. Share to like 10 groups, get your people on, let's chop it up. One blood, one blood, one blood, one blood. I suggest you keep the energy from all around me. The ancestors don't play about me. No, they don't, no, they don't. Like flexing. Let's go. Strength. Strength. No weakness. Muscle.
Look at that. Flex. And you gotta work on
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on in, family. Come on in, family. Put your nines up. You already know. It's your boy, Jamaar Milton. I'm your host for today. I appreciate you for being here. Welcome to the Lighthouse. Welcome to the Lighthouse where we drop that knowledge. We talk about, well, today's Frequency Friday, so we're talking about the news from a comedic or a conscious perspective, I should say. Yes. Come on in. Put your nines up. Let us know where you from. Before I get started, I want to shout out the first nine, and then we're going to get the frequency right. We got Burner B in the building out of Long Island. First one on. It's on at 8:30 this morning. We got XXX in the building. Dua. Sonia Sunshine came in at number 3. Jay Chill the first came in at number 4. Mark Blake, you came in at number 5 out of Jamaica. Lottie Billy out of Long Island. What part of Long Island you from? Let's link. We got Wit Fitness. Happy solar return to my cuz Wit Fitness. Came in at number 7. Divine number of completion. J.N. Owo came in at number 8. And then we got The Earthen Vessel. You came in at number 9 out of Philly. Philly is in the 9 spot today. One time for Philly. Yes. Shout out to everybody all over the planet, to all the Lighthouse members, all the bulbs that we got all over this country, all over the world. I appreciate everybody that's in the building. You could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. Let's talk about it at 9 a.m. Listen. Let's get the frequency right. We got to make sure we right today because of the topics we're going to be talking about today. Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Get your hearts right. Let's go. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm charging my water to a frequency of 432. And we have these Tibet singing bowls for sale in the Lighthouse store. If you need that, if you want to get on one accord with us, that's the link on the bottom of the screen. If you want to copy one of those, you can pre-order the second shipment. First shipment is actually going out today. So shout out to everybody that ordered. Getting you guys packaged up today. It's going down. So let's tap into some of this news, man. We got a lot going on, don't we? Man. Yes, Jamal, you can't order from us. The link is on the bottom of the, I had it on the bottom of the screen. It's the link right here. I'm going to put it up for you one more time. If you didn't get it the first time, you can order the Lighthouse engraved Tibet singing bowls. Yes, you can. Okay? So go ahead and cop that. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, man. We got a lot going on, man. We got a lot going on. Yes, the colors of the day is green and white. So shout out to John Miles on picking that one up. Big up John Miles for figuring that out. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's wearing their green today and paid attention to the colors of the day, right? As more and more you watch the program, you realize what the color of the day is. And just being in tune with everybody, you'll be able to pinpoint who's from the Lighthouse and who what's up, right? When you see that power bracelet on their wrist, right, and you see them rocking a certain color, you'll be able to tell who's who. You dig? You dig? Get on frequency. You know what I'm saying? Get down with the team if you're late. All right, so let's go. Who should we start? Where should we even start? This week was crazy. Well, first and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to Takeoff. That's where we're going to start. Rest in peace to this brother. This is just crazy. You know what I mean? Anytime an artist, passes away, and especially in this shape, form, or fashion, it seems like a lot these days, we got to take a step back and say, what's really going on here? There's a huge trend that's undeniable at this point when it comes to hip hop artists being targeted in some way, shape, form, or fashion for acts of violence or murder, like we've seen a lot in the past year or so. And for this particular situation, what I decided to do is practice, and even other situations in the past that I've been learning to practice. And I highly advise everybody begin to start doing this. You don't have to, but I highly advise it. Let me make sure y'all can see me well here. Hold on. Go. So I can see me clear. There we go. What I highly advise, especially in the cons community, those who speak, those who are speakers, those who are leaders, I highly advise that we take a step back and slow down with our responses when we hear news like this, right? And the reason why I say that is you want to take what we call the 72-hour rule. 72-hour rule. The reason why I chose to do Frequency Fridays, at the end of the week on the Friday, right, is because in most cases when things like this start to happen, it'll happen on the weekend leading into that Monday, right? Statistically, believe it or not, most people die on Monday morning. I don't know if you know that, but most people die on Monday morning if we did all of the math. But in any case, that's usually around the time when things pop off. It's usually over the weekend we find something out, and then that Monday morning we figure out what's going on. So sometimes you got to take a step back and just give 72 hours when you hear bad news or any type of news that disturbs your peace. 72 hours before you respond. A lot of times we hear news, we want to be the first to post it out, right? We want to be the first to get online. We want to be the first to let everybody know on our social networks, right? But I challenge you, right? The next time you hear something of this magnitude, before you start posting what you heard, right? First, clarify, right? Make sure that and confirm what it is that you're hearing is accurate. That's the first thing, right? And then secondly, before you formulate a post, right? Fall back for a minute. You don't always got to be the first. If you ain't TMZ, you ain't getting paid for this, you need to chill. Right? If your networks ain't monetized and you ain't getting paid to post, right? You might need to slow down a bit before you jump out the window, right? And start saying what it is that you heard, right? You can clarify what's going on off screen. Everything doesn't have to be in front of everybody for all the world to see. Like, you can chill, right? So what I think that we need to start doing is taking that time, because what happens is a lot of misinformation gets put out very, very early when news like this begins to break, right? In the beginning, it was both of them got shot. Then it went from that to one of them was killed. Then after that, it went to over a dice game, right? Then after that, it was like, no, it was his man, right? So there's a whole lot of different things that we hear over the course that transpire, right? Over the course of that time when we first hear news. So we want to be very careful, right? When we get news, especially those that are the ones who are leading, like when people are coming to you for the knowledge, right? You may just want to just take some time to say, hey, let's get all the ducks in a row, all the information first before we actually say something, right? It's not necessary to be the first guy, to put it out there. So a lot of times, we throw off what we could really learn from this because of misinformation, and people just end up bickering and going back and forth. So this particular situation, that I was seeing, especially with murder, death, kill, is very, very sensitive when somebody passes away. You want to make sure that you got the information right and your facts right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I think the last thing that he would want is for everybody to be arguing over what actually happened at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I think that everybody should take a step back. Let's mourn. You know what I'm saying? Let's properly lay him to rest, and do what we need to do to celebrate his life, however you need to do to process it, right? And make sure we got the facts straight before we report it. So that's one of the main things that I want to say in reference to this. Because we don't have all the facts, and everybody's just feeling the need to say something, I fell back from the situation and tried to just watch it. You know what I'm saying? Just say, yeah, he was murdered, he was killed. But as far as speaking on all the particulars, if you weren't there, you didn't see what was going on, it's just not a smart thing to do. It's not an intelligent thing to do to always have to have a voice and have an opinion as to what you think went down and what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because this whole story done changed from the moment that we got it. We got like 4 or 5 different stories as to what's going down. They still trying to figure it out, right? Nobody's even in custody. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the main thing. Like, how, if we got all this on video, how come nobody's in custody? Talk to me. We got it on video. People looking at what's going on. Everybody got the answers, but there's nobody in custody. See what I'm saying? So I think we just need to chill. You know what I'm saying? The video tells us everything, right? The video pretty much reveals everything that we need to see. It also shows the killer. It shows everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? So there's no need to speculate. Just allow professionals, people who actually does this, right? There are people who do this work, right? They actually can look at a video and they can figure out everything. And they know the people, the channel, who to call, right? There are people that do this. You see what I'm saying? If that's not you, chill. Fall back. 72-hour rule. Allow the cards to play out, right? I don't think there's anybody on this feed that's actually tied to the situation. Think about it, right? So our opinion really doesn't hold that much weight in that situation. But rest in peace to Takeoff. I send my love and condolences, to the family, and all of that. I don't do thoughts and prayers. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is what it is, and, life here is short. And we have to be careful out here. So like they said, it's always the cool ones. That end up taking, the short end of the stick in situations like this. So it's like sometimes it's not about, just the lifestyle, that you live in, because you could be chilling. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to be that guy that's the rah-rah guy, but, just being around that type of situation, things like that, it pop off. Because I heard a whole lot. They was like, oh yeah, it's a dice game. So there were people that were speaking ill on the brother and speaking crazy on the brother. Like, what you doing playing a dice game? You rich, boom, boom, boom. And that's because there was misinformation being brought out there. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody got to chill when there's things like this happen and see what's really popping off. You know what I mean? See what's really real. Before we speak on it. Just take the 72-hour rule. Smoke usually clears around 72 hours. Some things you might have to wait a little bit longer. You feel me? Some things you might have to wait a little bit longer. A lot of gunplay going on right now. Times it's hard out here in the streets. If you're in the streets, you know what's going on. And, people are doing things. So, some people don't want to work for theirs. So you got to be careful, about how you move, who you talking to, you know what I'm saying, how you talk to people. You don't know what people going through. A lot of people stressed out. You know what I'm saying? So, I just advise everybody to move a little bit differently in these day and times, because everybody going through something. That's for sure. Everybody going through something. You don't know what it takes for somebody to pop off or who trying to line you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to talk about Kyrie, too. We can actually talk about that next. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you my opinion on the Kyrie situation. And, everybody ain't going to like my opinion on this situation. Everybody going to like my opinion. Now, y'all know how much I love Kyrie Irving, right? That's my twin. Right? A lot of people say that we favor, as far as each other in looks. We might even be from the same tribe. I've never seen anybody that look a lot like me like this brother does. You feel me? I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not even quick to do that. But he does favor me and people of my tribe, that I would say. But what I will say in reference to this, right? And I'm gonna say the same thing that I said a couple of years ago when we were talking about Colin Kaepernick, right? When it comes to sports, I play devil's advocate on this because at the end of the day, right, when you're dealing with this situation, yeah, we have populated the NBA, right? Black people is primarily the people that are in the NBA, right? And now is to the point where 50% of us control what's going on. And we're going to tap into that a little bit later, right? But anytime you are a sports player, right? Once you get signed to a team and you take that $1 million contract, right? Multi-million-dollar contract for some of them if you're lucky, right? You are essentially saying, hey, I'm giving up that space of political activism to be in a space of coexistence and uniformity, okay? I need you to understand that. When you sign up to lay in bed with the devil, right? It does not mean that after all is said and done and this relationship is done, that they're going to abort the baby. Listen to what I'm telling you. Once you sign up to be in this type of space, right? When it's time for you, when you figure everything out and you feel like you're ready to speak now, it's already too late. It's already too late. You could sit there and you could put the face on, you could call yourself a god, all that. That don't mean nothing when that paperwork is signed. The NBA, the NFL, the NHL, right? Right? Baseball, right? All these different leagues. They take you out of high school when you're young for a reason. They're molding you. The last thing they want is people speaking out. If you're not in a space to where you can take it over, right? It's not that what he said was wrong, him or Kanye West, right? It's not that what they said is wrong. Just understand there's a time for everything. And we have to learn when to shut up and chill.
You better chill.
Okay?
You better chill.
You got to learn when to be quiet. When you're at war, you can't be telling the enemy every play that you're making. See, nobody likes the warrior until it's time to go to war. Nobody likes a soldier until it's time to go to war, right? If you really trying to do this thing and you really about that life, you got to move in silence. You can't tell everybody what you're about to do. You can't tell everybody what you read in. You can't, right? Chill. You can't tell everybody all the documentaries you're watching and how you empowering yourself, what tools you got. You're literally giving away the plays. Okay? You're giving away the plays. The thing that separates a Kyrie Irving from a Jamaar Milton is nothing but the bag. The bag. Without the bag, you're just like me. Understand? When Kanye loses the bag, he no longer has the power to make the moves that he's talking about. I don't care how much you believe in black people. I don't care. Without the bag, you can't get in the rooms and make the plays that you need to make. Okay? It's not a cool thing. Black people love saying, yeah, go, say that when you're in the position of what seems to be power. I don't think we know what power really is. And then when they snatch it from us, they'll be like, because he wasn't in that position yet. Get the bag first, right? The bag where it puts you in a position to change what it is that you're complaining about, right? Then talk your shit. Then talk your shit. Get the bag first. When you look at, I'm going to give you an example. You look at Ice Cube, right? Ice Cube is in the music world, right? Ice Cube is in the music world. Looking at what Ice Cube did with the Big Three, right? With the Big Three. He started his own league. Right? You don't see Ice Cube going on campaigns of trying to shit on the NBA, right? Or any of the ownership or anything. No, He just built his own. Right? He just built it. It came way left. Nobody even expected it. It came out of nowhere. Right? Now, Cube started off as an artist, then went into movies, right? He went and got the bag first. Do you understand? He went and got the bag first. So now, do you know why the NBA and people aren't saying stuff about Ice Cube, right? They're not saying nothing because he was quiet the whole time until he got the bag and got the power, right? Then after he got the power, he built the big three. So now if they was to say something about him, it would bring attention to what he was doing, right? It would bring attention to what he's really trying to do. And then that would be counterproductive to their movement and what they're trying to do. Do you dig what I'm saying? Right? Because the last thing that they want to know is that there's something already built for black people that we can actually use. You see? But because, Kyrie jumped out the window and agreed with what's going on with Kanye or put out the little thing, all that stuff matters, right? They're watching you now. Kyrie has been doing this over the course of a couple of years now while he's been on these teams, right? Showing that he's waking up. All right, we get it, bro. We understand, right? We understand and we applaud you for that, right? But you got to have a strategy. You got to, you know what they talk about when they say exit strategy? Because certain things, when you get yourself in it, you can't just leave. You can't just bounce. You can't. You need an exit strategy, right? And there was no strategy set in place for what Kyrie was trying to do, right? Right or wrong. So a lot of times we get caught up in the fact that, oh yeah, he's speaking the truth. But bro, if you're getting ready to rob a bank, right? You don't walk in the building, right? With the mask in hand and the gun in hand, right? Exposing what you about to do. You just don't do that. If you about to do something at all, right? We don't even know if Kyrie has something planned. You can't act like you going, rob the bank and you ain't got no plan. Like you ain't even got the car waiting outside and the gas, it ain't even gassed up. So when they snatch the bag, which is coming, you can't make no plays. Now the brother had to give up $500K and he's still not getting paid. Bro, you could have kept the bag. Because they was giving you the big F you anyway. Now you're going to give them bread and say, sorry, this is the part I'm not feeling. Because it's like you should have just chilled. Shh. I told y'all I said the revolution will not be televised, right? Beware those who speak liberation and spinning in rotation. They're snitching on the nation, right? We did about, a good 100 shows, right? Where I spit that freestyle so everybody understood. Like, if you're looking for the movement, it's not going to be televised. The revolution won't be televised. It's not going to be something that's going to be out in the open like, yeah, we about to do this. That's not how it's going to work. Do you understand? Learn when to shut up. Learn when to shut up. Because here's the thing, like, let me tell you what he could have did. Let me tell you, right? I'm not just going to say, oh yeah, don't do that. Let me tell you what he could have did. He could have took the bag, right? Because he's a ball player, right? He's a ball player. He's not an activist. He may want to be one. He may want to become one. But right now you're a ball player, right? He could have took that ball player money and funded some of the activists that really does this. He could have secretly funded whoever he wanted to fund to empower them, right? He didn't have to be the bag and the face, right? He could have sat back, said, you know what? This is what I believe in, that I strongly feel firmly about, right? And he could have went and just threw a bag to somebody who can actually make the play and wouldn't get crucified the way that he does, right? And lose the opportunity to continue to fund projects like that. Because the biggest thing that we face in the conscious community of people that are really making plays is the funding, right? The ones with the ideas, right, never have the funding. They have the best plans, right? Because they're out there in the streets, they're touching the people, they know what the people need, right?
But the people don't necessarily, the people are scared, right, to make a play. So raising funds is a lot harder to do with the people than it is for somebody to be like in the NBA or to be a big time movie star or whatever to grab that bag. You could have took that bag and funded somebody, bruh. But instead, what happens is ego. This is ego. Regardless of what you want to look at, it's ego, right? Because he did this on his personal network. He wanted to express himself. Right? Sometimes you got to put that to the side for the greater good. And a lot of people don't understand that play. They don't understand that magic. They go, oh yeah, we the guards. Let's walk out here and let everybody know I'm that nigga. Like, bruh, that's not it. That's not the play. It's never been the play. It's never been the play. Right? Bad boys, we moving in silence, right? We move in silence. Anytime you try to do some chill, because you're going against the grain. When you're going against the grain, you got to have a secret, right? It was the underground, right? It was the underground tunnel, right? The underground. The Underground Railroad was not above ground. It was underground, right? You got to dig your tunnel underground. We do too much on the forefront. And this is what happened. This is what we were trying to tell people about even in the rap game, in the hip hop industry, right? You getting on record and you telling everybody what the hell you doing. What's right? I mean, not to mention the doctrine that you posting, half of it was false anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even getting to the real gist of it. Everybody black ain't Hebrew. Everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody black ain't a Hebrew Israelite. Like, let's cut it out. Let's really discuss it, right? This is why you got to allow the people that really does this, right, to make the play, because you're putting yourself now in the position to be on the chopping block, and now that doesn't empower us. Now you're no good to us. That's one less person who is woke who don't got a bag. Do you understand? That's one less person who was woke who don't got the bag, right? He didn't even have the bag when he was making the statements, right? Niggas probably say, oh yeah, he good, he got money, yeah, but he can't make the plays for us that he was in a position to be in. He can't do it. Right? Stay in your lane. That's it. That's it. When you know you under the devil's lasso, sometimes you gotta learn when to fold. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, ain't none of these people, right? None of these people that agree with you, Kyrie, none of them cut the check, right? None of them, when you lose the bag, just like they did Kanye, ain't nobody cut the check and say, I got you. Don't you worry about it. Talk, right? I said this before when we was talking about Kyrie Irving. I mean, not Kyrie Irving. We was talking about Colin Kaepernick, right? I said this years ago, right? You look at Colin Kaepernick now, right? People say, "Oh no, Colin Kaepernick, you need to talk there. Everybody else is a coon if they're not agging him on, right?" He's not in a position to make those plays like that no more. You don't see him on the forefront like that no more because the bag ain't there. The bag ain't there, right? You're not a basketball player. Now you're an American civil rights activist. Congrats. Congrats. It's as far as it goes now. Right? It's as far as it goes. You can't really help us no more. You're pretty much, you're one of us. You're doing the same magnitude that we're doing at the end of the day. Anybody can do it now. Right? And it's not really overcoming. It's just a bunch of charities and shit. We already got that, bro. If we're talking a real revolution, it's going to take a significant bag, a silent bag. It's going to take a silent bag that nobody knows is even there. Nobody even knows where it's coming from. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? We got to start using our brains. It's not just all about always just yap, yap, yap. You don't always want to say what's going on. You got to chill sometime. The NBA, I want y'all to know something about the NBA. When we're dealing with this team, the NBA is one of the places where black people actually thrive and they actually flourish. Let's talk about it. Y'all think I'm playing? We're going to pull this up. The NBA has what they call actually a report card to where they are active in this. Unlike the NFL, the NHL, and the MLB, the NBA has what they call a report card where they want to make sure that there is a balance, right, of black people running the show. I don't know if y'all know that. 50% of the NBA, including the coaches, are black. I don't know if y'all know that. but y'all should. 50%. Unlike no other sport that's out there, the NBA gives you that space to be in controlling power. I need you to understand that these sports teams, such as the NBA, there's not a one single player that owns everything. Do you understand that? There's multiple cultures. Every team that has an owner has equal stake in the NBA. That's the one space where you can really make a play, right? Let's break it down. Y'all think I'm playing. The NBA received an A+ for racial hiring practices and a B+ for gender hiring practices, scoring an overall A as reported in the 2002 NBA Racial and Gender Report Card released Wednesday. All three scores were significant increases from 2021 report card. There was a positive trend for women at both the team and league official levels as well. The NBA league office reached its highest percentage of women in professional staff roles in more than a decade, with 43.4%. Both team vice president and team senior management categories saw increases as well, reaching 30% and 39% respectively. Room to grow, but better. In 2021 to 2022, 82.4% of players were people of color, the highest by a wide margin over any other sport. There were milestone hires for head coaches and general managers. Big play. These are the two positions on the NBA teams under the greatest scrutiny. They are the public faces of teams locally and nationally. They are often the focus of any scrutiny about whether a position is occupied by a white person or a person of color. The percentage of people of color among general managers increased from 40% in 2020 to 2021 season to 50% this past season. Stop playing with the NBA. As of the beginning of 2021 season, there were 12 general managers of color. The most notable turnaround was the people of color also held 50% of the head coaching positions after 7 of the 8 head coaching vacancies during this past offseason were filled by black, let me move this out the way, move this banner out the way, by black or African American men. Give it up for the NBA, dude. Give it up. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm not here to take any sides. I just look at really what the situation is and the best ability for us to be able to actually make a play and overcome. So when we have 50% of the NBA's coaches being black, right? Because remember, let me tell you why this happened. When you look at the big three, walk with me. When you look at the big three and what's going on with Ice Cube, now they have competition. Now they have competition. So they're saying, oh, wait a minute, right? We can't have nothing but white coaches, bro. Look at what Ice Cube is doing, right? Look at what he's doing. We gotta change this, right? So you're seeing an increase. So the key is not going into the NBA and talking your shit. Really, the key is just building your own. Just build your own silently. That is the key. Don't tell nobody. Right? If you got problems, don't tell nobody. Right? Now, this is not to say that Kyrie's mission was to do that or take over the NBA or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is with any movement politically, when you're dealing with black people, it has to be a silent movement. It cannot be on Jump Street. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. We have never succeeded by putting out information on Jump Street. We have never succeeded in that. To this day. Right? When you look at the owners, right? Let's look at the owners of the Brooklyn Nets, right? The owner of the Brooklyn Nets is Jay Tsai, right? Joseph Tsai. Look at that. The owner of the Brooklyn Nets. He has one owner, right? Let's deal who that owner is, and let's look at the repercussions of some of the things that you may have said, right? Joseph Tsai is out of Hong Kong. He's Canadian, a billionaire, right? Right? If you're not a billionaire, don't talk that talk. If you're not there yet, chill. Wait till you get there. You'll have your opportunity. But when you're hired by a billionaire and you're not, you got to chill. There's levels to talking spicy. There's levels. Listen, as much as I love Kemet, like I said, as much as I love Kemet, right? I would never walk into like a synagogue or a mosque, right, to push my agenda, right? If I was hired by a bunch of Jews or Muslims, I would never be talking that talk, right, on the job. I just wouldn't do that. Nah, right? Even if I'm right, it's just not a smart play because then it's not going to fix nothing. You see what I'm saying? It's not. We're looking for the fix, right? Everybody's complaining. We already know. You see what I'm saying? Everything that's being talked about, that's being complained about, that's being put on the airwaves, we already know this. Remember, we was woken years ago, family. Like, the real question is, where y'all been? Where y'all been? The safe time to talk that talk is when everything was shut down, right? When everything was shut down and everybody understood that, okay, now it's time to make a play. Let's talk our talk. Let's do it. We about to fight, right? And guess what? Nobody wanted to fight. Everybody just wanted to continue talking while we was outside. Right? We was outside making the play, doing the marches, and folks was inside on the internet talking. And it was like, yo, the floodgates is open. The whole world is rocking with us. Now's the time to do something and make a play. You see? But a lot of the folks that was talking really didn't want to make the play. They just wanted to talk, right? And complain. Bro, could have built something. See what I'm saying? Yeah, he clearly just didn't understand the assignment. And this been going on for a couple of years now. So what he's been doing is he's been slowly but surely bringing too much attention to himself, considering the position that he's in, right? If you're ready to leave, bro, just do that. Just do that. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not going to beat them while they're cutting your checks. That ain't never going to happen, right? The white man ain't never got beaten through paperwork. Ain't no civilization ever been taken over through paperwork or matters of opinion. It just don't happen that way. Either you're going to have to stronghold them, you're going to strong arm them, right? That means physically, right? Or you're going to build your own. It's just that simple. That's the only way that it's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? So now, looking at what's going on with this, we got to be smart. When you see, look, a lot of these teams, the Celtics, is owned by multiple different people from all over. Right? And no, they're not all Jewish, okay? They're not all Jewish. All different types of people. You see Michael Jordan own the Hornets, right? Are there Jewish people in there? Yeah, absolutely, but it's not all Jewish, right? There's opportunities in the NBA to really make some plays. There's opportunities there. Everywhere else, not so much. So, everybody's not going to be a fan of that because some people just recklessly talk. They give away all the plays of black empowerment, and you're wondering why we can't get over, why they always ready, why it seems like they always ready to stop something that we build. It's because you told them what you was about to do before you got in there, you dummy. You told them. Like everybody know who the Jews are. Everybody know who the real Jews are, right? We already know that. You don't have to put it out there in the corporate world, in the commercial world, where it doesn't actually even belong, to be honest. I'm keeping it all the way a buck. The NBA, right, these sports places are supposed to be where all coaches can come, and we don't talk about that shit. There has to be a place for that. There has to be. Because it literally takes over our lives, right? There has to be a space, even in the music, right? We're able to express ourselves. We're supposed to be able to express ourselves in those places, right? It's really not supposed to be a place for race talk, really. Because really, race doesn't even exist. Let's keep it all the way a buck. Right? Could you imagine you go to the Olympics and everybody is scrapping because the Muslims there don't like the Christians there, the Japanese people there don't like the black Africans there, and they just going back and forth like you're not supposed to talk about this stuff in those places. Yes, politics, all that stuff is supposed to be left to the side for one common cause that we all can come together for. Do you understand? That's what sports is supposed to be about. It's so that we can all coexist. We can all sit there and watch a game. Yeah, a game is supposed to be fun. Right? If you don't want to have a fun, start a political basketball league. Right? I don't know. You have goddamn Barack Obama coach a team and all the rest of and George Bush, and y'all can all talk politics and all that stuff all day. No, when I go to an NBA game or I'm going to a sports team, I'm going just for that. I'm going there to see somebody play a game. I really don't care what your views are. I'm keeping it a buck. I don't care what Kanye's views are. I don't care what Kyrie's views are. I don't care what Michael Jordan's views are on any of these topics. I don't care what they say. Shaq. They got what's the other dude? Charles Barkley. I really don't care. Like these dudes, don't have a place. They don't have a place. 1 second, family. Let me make this send this text right now. I got somebody trying to contact me. You know how this go. Let me send this out. All right. So, y'all feel what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm saying? It's like somebody said I'm upside down. Let me fix that. Am I good now? Am I right side up? Let me know. Am I upside down or am I right side up? I'm upside down. Let me fix that. Okay. All right. So, we got to be able to start making, we got to start being able to make plays, right? We got to set up a plan before we start talking. And that's my main thing with this situation. When we're dealing with Kyrie, anything associated with this situation, we have to understand that there's too much talking. There's too much talking. This is why I don't be saying a lot, bro. Like as much as I want to put out there what it is that we know about ourselves and what it is that we know about them, all the deep stuff that's really, really big like that, when you're challenging the status quo, you have to keep that under wrap. Like throw that in a book and put that to the side. Like put it out on networks that they own. Like they literally own the networks, right? So you're on a Jewish network posting things about people in this country that are considered to be the Jews. You got to remember, you're in America. You're in America, right? Let's keep it all the way a buck. You can choose any race on the planet and say black people are the real them. You can say black people are the real Japanese people and you'd be correct. You can say black people are the real Europeans and you'd be correct. Don't play with us. Don't play with us. You can say black people are the real Australians and you'd be correct. Pick a race. We the original man. See, this is what, when you know the truth, you don't jump out the window on the goofy stuff and say, yeah, black people are the real Jews, because it's like, nah, we the real everything. We created all of that, which means really we're none of that. We're not even black. When you look at it, we came before that, before the word black was even invented. Let's really have a discussion, man. Let's really have a discussion. You see, you're not being taught by the right teachers. So now you jumping out of the window doing goofy stuff. And then what it does is it's counterproductive to the movement. Now we going backwards. It's not about whether he's right or not. The same thing with Kanye. It's not about whether you're right or not. It's the methodology on how you execute what it is you're trying to do. Because we don't care what you're trying to say. What are you trying to do? We all been saying the same thing for years. We are the original man. Welcome to the Lighthouse. If you're learning something new today, smash that like and heart button. Let's go. Sharing like 10 groups. We just keeping it all the way a buck. We riding with Kyrie. We riding with Kanye. At the end of the day, bro, you black, but bro, you gotta move better. Get a plan, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can get linked up with people that can make the plays, and you'll fall back. You'll fall back. Allow somebody else to be the voice. Allow somebody else to speak. Just fund the project, bro. Why is this? I don't understand. Why is it so hard? Just fund the project. Don't nobody gotta know. I saw this story back in the day when they was talking about Denzel and how Denzel actually paid for what was it, Chadwick Boseman's school. I don't know if anybody knew that. He paid for his courses, right? I don't know if it was college or for acting school or something. He paid for it. And I was like, wow, all these years. Like, no, I never knew that. You know what I'm saying? Never knew that. It's like, you know, Denzel could have jumped out the window and be like, yo, I got this really, really, you know, good actor and, you know, boom, 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 and I'm going to be funding him and made it a big deal. Or he could have just cut the bag. He could have just cut the bag, right? And empower that man. That one action actually brought about change in film. We wouldn't have had Black Panther, right? Some sense of hope where we can actually have a leading role in a film of that magnitude. We never would have had that. Seeing black people as a superhero like that. Had Denzel not put a silent bag up. Huh? A quiet bag. A quiet bag for Chadwick. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that you can learn lessons from when you see it. Move in silence. Learn how to move in silence so that you can stay in that position of power, right? To be the best that you can be, the best version of yourself, at least, for the universe that you were, right? Granted. See what I'm saying? Right. And Chadwick wasn't overshadowed by Denzel's stardom. You see? So everybody wins. Everybody wins when you do the play right. It's a real power play. There's too many people, right? There's too many people that aren't attached to the movement giving away the plays. They're giving away the plays. So now we got to keep switching it up because they're ready for it. You see? So this is how I feel about this situation. It's about really today's Frequency Fridays is about keeping our mouths shut when we're supposed to. It's about keeping our mouths shut when we're supposed to so that we can make bigger, stronger plays and they don't even got to know what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? We, you know, if Kyrie could have cut a bag for Kanye. Yo, our boy, right? That's out here, that's tapped in with Elon Musk and all that, right? Instead of giving $500K to the ones that's you, at the end of the day, he ended up giving $500,000 to the very same people that he was saying is oppressing us. Do you see? Do you see what the? Now we $500K more in the hole, nigga. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Any of y'all got $500K that just stole like that? Bro, he could have gave that bag to Yeezy. Right? And they could have started their own labels or something. Like, we could have did something with that, bro. I don't know. I just don't think that was the play. Now we $500K more in the hole. You see what I'm saying? Damn. So with that being said, this is what happened when you don't let these people put a battery in your back, family, and gas you to jump out there and get your head blown off for when it could go another way where you could actually win. Just be quiet. Just learn how to be quiet. If you know you ain't in that space, fall back, chill, and fund somebody who can. If you know that your talent is getting to the bag, fund those people, right? If you know that your talent is making sandwiches, go and make some sandwiches, goddammit. Make the best sandwiches. Make the best sandwiches for that activist that you possibly can. Make sandwiches. Pass out water. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. I remember when we were protesting, when we were marching in 2020, we were protesting, me, my son, a bunch of other people out there in Harlem, all from Union Square, all the way down to Union Square from Harlem. There were people on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? There were women on the side of the road. It was very hot that day. And I remember this is one of the first times I actually got really dehydrated. And I was like getting out of it, right? I was like really getting nauseous. But there were people on the side of the road and they was passing out sandwiches and water, you know, and all that good stuff. Now, they wasn't marching with us. Right? They stayed in their one spot, right? I didn't see them till we got all the way down to Union Square. They wasn't out in Harlem. They didn't support us through the whole thing going down. They wasn't there. But at the end, that support of having the water and the sandwiches, right, literally kept me from going to the hospital that day because I was done after walking 100 blocks. I was done, city blocks. You know what I mean? Protesting and hollering and carrying the flag and all that. A lot of work. But those people played their role, right? They played their role. They understood, you know what? I might not be the guy that's going to be behind, the blowhorn, behind the bullhorn. I might not be the guy that can carry the flag 100 blocks. But what I can do is whip the hell up out of these sandwiches. I'm about to, see what I'm saying? I can make some sandwiches. I can feed them. You see what I'm saying? I can feed them. You got to feed the wolves, right? You might not be the one to, attack. That might not be you. You might be the nurse. You might be able to patch up some wounds. See what I'm saying? Give a good word, positivity, encouragement. Like, there's all different ways to do this. But to jump out there and give the plans and tell people what you know, right? Let the people know where you're going with, that's not it. Play your role. If you're a basketball player, be a dope-ass basketball player. Why? So we can step back and say, look at all the great players that we've had, right? Really, all you doing is you messing up the average that we need. We need you to be great, bro. Huh? Now you suspended indefinitely. How you going to catch the greats? How you going to be one of the greats that we can consider one of the greats that we could talk about? Like, yo, we ran that. You see what I'm saying? We suspended indefinitely. Now you see what I'm saying? That was where you fit in. That was the part that you were blessed with, that people would love to have. You were blessed with that. See? Yes, bungee jumping without a cord. It was not a good idea. It was not a good idea. I don't care how they try to paint it, because there's a time to say what it is that you need to say. There will be that opportunity where you can reveal all that it is that you knew, right? And the reasons why you did what you did, family. Right? Because guess what? The NBA is going to go on, right? The things that Jewish people own, they're not signing it over to you. They're not going to do that. This is the outcome, right? We have to ask ourselves, okay, so what transpired afterwards, right? Was it a good idea, right? Okay, we woke some people up. We got people that do that already. We got people that wake people up. See what I'm saying? They still gonna watch the NBA. I'm a bet on my teams tonight. I'm gonna get my bag. You best believe. Whether you playing or not, I'm getting my bag. Huh? You best believe. Everybody else is gonna hit the court. And they still can fund whatever it is that they need to fund on the outside. They still can have a voice outside of that. And you could have too. See? So that's the way that I see it. That's the way I see it. I love this brother, but I don't know. The people that surrounded him, I don't think his advisors is forewarning him the right way. Whoever's around him, ain't really let him in on the right plays on the way to actually do this. He needs somebody official standing next to him and not just going to sell him on religion. You see? Because that indoctrination stuff is what gets you in trouble, because you're playing their game. When you step outside of that, like, no, I don't have to believe in the things that you believe in. I don't even have to believe in the God you believe in. You see what I'm saying? When you step outside of that and you're talking that you the original man, right? They really can't touch you at that point, but you can't play the game with them. You can't be in their system that they created while you're doing that. You got to have the intent to really want to walk away. Because you can't stay there. Kyrie been doing that for a number of years now. So, I kind of get where I still understand where even Shaq and Barkley is coming from, right? Because they don't want to have their position to be harder to do, right? Even though a lot of the stuff that they say, they'll say some cool stuff, right? At the end of the day, right? They don't want their position to be jeopardized, right? And now we don't have no black people up there to represent us at all, right? They may be representing us, not representing all of us all the way correctly, right? But they're there. So that gives a chance for future people to come and play and be able to sit in that seat and be a little bit more aggressive. We're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. And I think that it was an early premature move. It wasn't smart. It wasn't a play. And another thing, and this is the last thing I say before I go. I watched this actor today, and she said something real key. She said, why would anybody want the right to say something that is hurtful to someone else? Why would you want that right? And I thought about that, and I was like, yeah, freedom of speech is cool. It is cool, being able to say what you want to say in anywhere. But to be honest, if you know that it's hurting people, you know that you can say something that hurts people, why would you universally want that right when you know everybody ain't got it? Everybody ain't got it all together. Everybody's not all the way right, right? Why would you want that right in the first place? I thought about that, right? Remember when I told you when we start looking at other people, we have to look at ourselves first, right? You say, I should be able to say what I want to say. Well, why would you want to say it if you're going to hurt somebody? Because guess what? You can do, let me tell you something, and I don't think people understand this. Black people, right? Us as a people coming together, we could literally come together and change the world without verbally attacking any other race. We're that powerful. If you want to play the race game, we can get it done without all of that. If we understand our power, right? When you have that power, don't expose it. That's what it comes down to. Don't show people the weakness in that power, right? Because nothing is foolproof, nothing is perfect. So any plan that we get together for black people that we put together, right? There will be a way, right, to stop it. You can't give away what that way is, right? If you're telling us, oh yeah, because black people are programmed, to think the certain way, right? You're letting them know, okay, what we're doing is actually working. Let's continue doing that. Let's continue miseducating them, right? You can't, don't tell them that. Just set up the school, bruh. Just set up the school. So, with that being said, if you learned something today, smash the like button, smash the heart button right now, and let everybody know about it by sending it into like 10 groups. Thank y'all for logging on. Frequency Fridays, we talk about current events. It's the only day that we dedicate to current events. I'm not that guy that watches the news all day. The most that they get is 1 hour a week on current events. As conscious people, we have to look at things a little bit differently than the average, than the lay, right? We take into account the variables that people aren't talking about, and we're solution-based, right? It's not just a whole lot of talk. We actually have to make a play and do something that's effective, right? Boots on the ground. So with that being said, let's go over a couple of the announcements. If you are interested in going with us to Iceland, hit me in my inbox right now so we can get you in the group chat so you guys can travel with us to Iceland. It's going down. Can't wait. Aurora Borealis. So we have some info for you, and we'll get you in a Zoom call so you can get all the info on that, so we can get on out of here. You know how the Lighthouse do. We love to travel. This is one of our big things that we love to do. So if you want to get educated with us and learn on the road, we out here in these streets. You hear me? So tap in with us, and we'll get you that info. Also, the Lighthouse store. Those of you who want to order your Lighthouse Tibet singing bowls, the pre-orders for the second shipment are now available. You can go into the store right now, and you can pre-order. Okay. The Lighthouse store is super official. We got clothes in there. We got accessories. We got pillowcases, home decor. I mean, you name it. It's all that stuff is in the Lighthouse store. Also, my music is in there. I dropped a secret record the other day, The Vibe. I don't know if y'all caught that, but y'all can catch that right now. It's on all streaming platforms. We got music in there. And then on Friday, I'm dropping this new record that everybody wants to stream, One Blood. We're going to be dropping that on Friday. So I can't wait to have that out. I love this record too. It's really one of my favorite records, one of my favorite pieces that I've done as of lately. It's just a lot of fun to play. You know what I'm saying? Anything that we can do that incorporates loving on the ancestors and, you know what I'm saying, acknowledging their presence, that's what we on. So
Appreciate everybody that supports my music, by the way. Y'all really be helping out by streaming my stuff. You know what I mean? Gives me the ability to do what I do here today. So with that being said, once again, rest in peace to Takeoff. Condolences to his friends, families, loved ones, you know, and as far as everybody else, you know, the Kyries, the Kanyes, you know, only advice I really got is just like, you know, take your time, you know, watch what you're going to say and when you're going to say it. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you know, what you know. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that, you know, you just can't jump out the window. Be careful because you're giving away the plays. All right? I love you. To the harm of none and to the good of all, may you manifest every heart's desire. Ashe, and peace. I'm going to play some music for y'all. Y'all can tap in with each other, link up with each other, let everybody know where you're from so that we can tap in when I come to your state. You heard?
Yo, ha, bikini flow, Pinot Grigio, on a litty boat. Where your baby go? This nigga gotta find a Nemo ho. Here we go, say she need a poke. I got a big ego. Why you toying with me, Caligo? This nigga funny, bro. Better finish your honeycomb. Selection visits from my uncle, no. Always hovering above my dome. Like me and my brother, though. Try to be modest, but I got it honestly. Nigga been putting in work. But you gotta acknowledge that woman beside you when she put bullet in the skirt. Demographic of the people thinking that it's heaven after when we leave. Whatever happening to me, we might never actually agree. We spitting knowledge in degrees, revealing minds in the dream. No wonder we building pies with a team. As the realest guys in the scene, you know what I mean? The ancestors don't play about me. One blood, one blood, one blood. Oh, 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 oh. I suggest you keep the energy from all around me. One blood, one blood, one blood, one blood. The ancestors don't play about me. One blood, one blood, one blood. Oh, 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 oh. I suggest you keep the energy from all around me. One blood, one blood, one blood, one blood.
Electric slide across the galaxy. Peanut butter, wale, pele, leather fit so magically. Chains, pyramid rings, we move accordingly. Most importantly, to my ancestors as they rest in peace. Connect with my peeps as I speak life through these melodies. What can I say? So long way from catching felonies, just trying to get paid and get laid. That be my therapy in the shade. Pink lemonade cigar, that energy. Rest in pieces to every one of my foes and my frenemies. I hear your little chats in case you think it don't get back to me. I just level up and these toxic fucks be my remedy. A headshot for you and your boys, we call that the Kennedy.